Hey, I'm going to take finish off this neck on a fingerboard. Okay, this is a Fender 57 reissue Stratocaster. I've done some modifications over here previously to get the single tone and volume control, but that's the only thing I've done to it. But I really like this guitar. It's a very nice guitar. It plays really well. It's about a 7 pounds. But I like finger marks, right? You guys like finger marks? I do. And the problem is they glop these finishes. It's a nitro finish, but it's glopped on there. So I'm going to remove quite a bit of that finish. So see what happens. I want to get the finish off so that I can it'll wear more naturally. It's going to take me, this guitar is probably already 10 years old, and it's going to take forever to start to develop finger marks on something like this. So I'm going to help it along. Here we go. Okay, so I got the neck off the guitar. So, it's got some play wear. I don't play it a lot. You can see a little bit of finish wear there, natural. It's in pretty good shape otherwise. Okay, so here's what I do, right? I take this razor blade, and I'm just going to go down through here, and you can see I've started on this one. Hard for me to do because I'm trying to hold the phone. So I started on the first one here, and I'm going to just scrape. I'm going to go crazy, but I'm going to scrape, and this is going to remove a lot of this glopped on finish, okay? Now, the key is not to take it all off, but to just take off like maybe, 80% of it or something like that. So I'm going to just start it up here and do all the way down to the bottom. Okay, so you can see, how I'm doing this, right? I'm coming down through here. Now, the razor's not curved, right? And the radius is 7.25 on here. So you have to go real short, like this. And you don't bear down very hard. You don't want to scratch the fretboard or anything like that. Let the razor do the work. And then, I'm going to have to come back up, and I go right up close to the frets if I can. And I just continue on, just keep doing this. Okay, so again, I'm still, working down the fretboard here. I don't go over the edge. I don't want to, the edge is a thin spot as it is, so I try not to go down here on the edge. You want to try and be as even as possible, right? Because you want that finish to be as uniform as possible down through the fretboard, so they get the most realistic wear. It's going to be honest wear at some point. I'm not putting finger marks on. I'm just removing the finish so that it wears naturally, but faster, because they glop these finishes in. I'm not doing anything on the backside of the neck. I'm just leaving that. Some guys like to sand it. I don't. I don't like the look of it. So you keep going. I still got a ways to go. So, you want to, I got a pack of razors here. I'll probably go through 2 razors. Don't use an old used razor. Use a new one. You really want to take advantage of the sharpness of a razor for this. A lot of people probably thinking like, man, what's this guy doing? But I don't heavily modify guitars. Well, I don't know. Maybe some people would call this heavily modified, but I don't do this if I ever think I'm going to sell it. Because let's face it, this sort of shit really devalues a guitar. But the point is, in a couple of my other guitar videos where I've done some modifications, the point is I'm getting something that I want, okay? I would never do this to something that I thought I'm going to sell. I've played this guitar for quite some time. I really do like it, and I just want to get it to be, something that I'm happy with. So, because a lot of people are probably thinking I'm ruining the guitar, and in their eyes, that's fine. but I'm just looking to get something I'm happy with. So you can see there's a lot of finish on here, right? And I'm not taking this down to the wood. A lot of guys like the finger marks. I remember reading about Ted Green would sand down his fingerboards so he could get finger marks. And look at the finish on here. I mean, it's going to take forever if you were trying to get finger marks or that natural wear look that they used to get on the old Fenders. It's just not going to happen. You'd have to play this. You'd have to be on your 3rd or 4th reef fret before anything even started to show up. So, they use nitrocellulose finishes today and stuff, but it's just not the same. They're not putting the finishes on like they used to, and they're putting heavier finishes on and like that. And I think part of the reason is if you want finger marks, they want you to buy a custom shop guitar. So. I don't know. They make these ready relics now, but I don't know how thin those finishes are. But I don't really know, but I think in the years gone by, years ago, I've seen videos of some of the old country western players playing a Telecaster in 1958, and it already had finger marks on it. And the guitar's probably not more than 2 or 3 years old. So I think the finishes were put on a lot lighter back then. But I mean, I really don't know. I don't have any conclusive evidence to that, but just my thought. So keep going. I still got some work here. Okay, so I'm still going along. I got just a little bit left here. So I'm going to finish this up. You can see there's a lot of finish on there. And I'm not into the wood. If you got into the wood, you'd start to see it in the scrapings. So, I'm still working through finish on all this. So there you go, a lot of finish on there. Okay, so I've gone down through it once, and now I'm just kind of going down through it, trying to even it out as best I can, and get some of these high spots that I might have missed. Okay, so you can see now, wiped it all down. I went over it with the razor a couple of times. Removing as much of the finish. Now, the next thing is to level everything out really well, and then try and bring a little shine back into it. Okay, so now I'm using this 500 wet dry, and the whole idea here now is to just, again, we're just lightly sanding it, smoothing down the marks from the razor blades. And again, if we haven't gone into the wood, we're going to be fine. The finish is soft, so you don't have to really lean on this. You just need to kind of, we're basically just getting all the rough marks out. Stay away from the frets. I go over it, got it folded so I can get right up to the corners here. And I'm just going to go down through, and I'm going to polish that finish out and try and get it nice and smooth. Okay, so I'm still coming down through here. Now you can see on the paper here, it's just finish, not into the wood. You got to leave a little finish there to get the natural wear. And I don't think you'd want to do this on a polyurethane. You'd want to do it with a polyurethane. I don't think you're ever going to have any luck at all. So without taking the finish off, and then maybe putting an oil finish or something on. So keep going. Okay, so I'm into my next phase here. I'm wet sanding. Don't worry, I got 1,000. So I'm not too worried. I don't try to make contact with the frets, but at this point, you wouldn't do anything but maybe polish them a little bit. If you don't like sanding, don't do this. This is a lot of work. This is probably the most work here right now as we're getting down toward the end. And I'm wet sanding, right? So, and I'm just taking off finish. I'm still on the finish. Just smoothing it out. you see that there's checking in that from the original finish. You'll see the checking in the finish, and this has checked over the years that I've had it. So you can see there's still finish on there. You see the checking. So okay, I finally got done with the sanding, and so now I'm polishing. And it's the stuff I use right here. You can buy guitar polish. I just go down to the hardware store, and this is what I get. It's like an automotive polish. And put it on wet rag, cotton cloth, and start polishing. So I do about 2 or 3 frets at a time here. I brush it on with a toothbrush. You just don't want to let it dry out. And then, take my damp rag and polish it. My hand's killing me from polishing and sanding, but I'm almost done. And I'll go and take 4 Motrins and have a beer. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so I finished with polishing and clean. Get all the polishing compound off, and right now I'm done. Now I might go in and sit there in front of the TV with just a dry rag to keep polishing it a little bit for a while. Keep trying to shine it up, but I got my shine back pretty well. Okay, and there's still finish on there. It's not gonna have finger marks tomorrow or next month or anything like that, but the more I play it, they'll start to develop because there's just not that much finish left on it. So there you have it. I'll put it back together and play it a little bit. Okay, all back on the guitar. I just got to put some strings on it. See, I got a pretty nice shine going, so see what happens. Okay, so I got it finished. There it is. It doesn't play any different. Doesn't look any different. Might be a little lighter. Got all that glopped on finish off of there. So now my hope is that it'll wear naturally. Now, let me show you something here. So this guitar I did, same thing to a couple years ago. And you can see that it's starting to get the wear on the neck to it. That's what it's looking like. And that's just natural wear. Okay, it's all from play. And I play this guitar a fair amount, a few hours a week, a couple years. And this is what it's starting to do. And so you can see that, and this is just through play. So there's nothing really artificial about it other than a lot of the glopped off finish. Now I think I didn't remove as much from this one as I did the Stratocaster. So the Stratocaster might wear a little quicker, but you got to play it. Okay, it's actually a good thing because I have an incentive to play it now because I want it to wear down and look cool. So I also have another guitar that's kind of relic nicely naturally, and also have one that I built that's starting to relic in a natural way. We can do a video on that at some point. If you're interested in seeing something like that, leave comments, and maybe I'll put something together. All right, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.